Hello and welcome to today's broadcast. Today we are broadcasting live on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. So welcome, regardless of which platform you are joining us on. I just ask that if you're joining us on YouTube, you do take a second to hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you know when we go live. And if you're joining us on Facebook, please hit that like button. And there is also a way to set us up so that you will be notified when we go live or rebroadcast this as a video on our page by just hitting the default notifications. So welcome. My name is Diane. I am the creator of the online course Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman and a proud aging woman in this community with all of you. Today we are going to be talking about what it means to eat clean, and I'm going to help you try to figure out what all the noise is on the internet about dieting styles and terminologies and what is right and what is wrong and how you can create your own nutritional lifestyle based on how authentic you want to live your life. So here in this community, we have a saying, and I have a mission and a purpose as an aging woman and a coach myself, and that is to empower women to create a lifestyle for themselves where they can look and feel their best and create their most authentic life. And so we're going to talk about that today and what clean eating is. So if you're on my email list, I think it was 2 Sundays ago, I posted a very simple picture that I took when I was shopping at Trader Joe's. And it was of mayonnaise. One mayonnaise jar said organic mayonnaise and the other mayonnaise jar said real mayonnaise. Because of the way we're marketed to, and because of a lot of the marketing terminology that is thrown around in the nutrition world and the advertising world, we would think that the organic mayonnaise would be the better option. It's more expensive. It has the word organic on the front of it. And so we, by just the virtue of how we are trained in society, would pick that mayonnaise over the real mayonnaise. But what if you had a sensitivity or an inflammatory reaction to certain type of oils? And what if you weren't aware of what kind of oil was inside of that mayonnaise because you didn't take the time, or you didn't know to take the time to turn that ingredients label around and read what was in that organic versus what was in that real mayonnaise? And much to my own surprise, when I started investigating these things, was that the real mayonnaise, the non-organic version, was actually the cleaner version based on how it is I like to live my lifestyle. So what I have found over the course of the last 4 years specifically in coaching women through this aging process, and a lot of the things that we're really unhappy with about how our body is aging, is that for a lot of us, and I was included in this group as well, we don't know how to feed ourselves because we have been trained to stop thinking and stop being leaders in our own nutritional journey. And we have been conditioned to become followers and to not think, that we trust sources and we trust what people are saying. And if so-and-so says, and they have a DR in front of their name, they probably know what's going on. And we don't do any further digging or any further research. So what I really want to empower you to do with today's discussion is to go into research mode and go into investigator mode. And I want you to really think about what it is that you want for your lifestyle. And I want you to stop trusting anybody and everybody, and I'm putting myself in that category, and I want you to start thinking for yourself. And what does it mean to eat clean by your standards? What does eating clean mean for you? And the best advice I can give you on how and where to get started with this is by paying attention to the signs and signals that your body is sending you when you are entering into a feasting opportunity. So we know here in this community, we talk about intermittent fasting. So we know with intermittent fasting, we have 2 decisions to make every day. How long will we fast and how well will we feast? And that well part is defined and determined by you, the individual woman. and what it is that you enjoy having in your nutritional window, and what it is that will allow you the opportunity to look and feel your best. So that's different for everyone, which is why it's really important that we uncondition our mind into just trusting anybody and everybody who's giving us advice. And we really have to pay attention to the one person who's going to tell us the truth, and that is our body and ourselves, when we really tune in and reestablish what I like to call an intimate relationship with our body. So we have really been numbing ourselves probably for the last 20 or 30 years by stuffing food inside of us, thinking that we were going to hoard a bunch of fat if we didn't eat every 2 hours, or we stuffed a bunch of food inside of us because we were hypoglycemic, and every 2 hours we started getting the shakes, or we were getting hangry, and so we ate something to calm that condition. Now we know, because of time and because of new research and because of our own personal experiences of what we are not happy with, what that is happening to our bodies as we age, that we really need to start paying attention and defining for ourselves what it means to eat clean. There are so many different styles of eating today. You can be paleo, you can be vegan, you can be vegetarian, you could be paleo, you could be a Whole30 follower, you could be completely ketogenic. It doesn't matter which philosophy of dieting styles or nutritional lifestyles you adapt for yourself, as long as you're paying close enough attention to your body so that the end result of the choices that you're making nutritionally will allow you the opportunity to look and to feel your best and create a lifestyle and an emotional and a mental mindset around food that makes you feel authentic about what it is you're doing. So many of us have been in a deprived type of mentality with food as well, thinking that food is bad, or thinking that food does bad things to us. And food is not bad. We might come across certain food items or certain ingredients in food that may cause a bad reaction in our body, but it doesn't necessarily make that food bad across the board. And I want us to start really paying attention to ingredients that are on the back of food products, but I also want us to be very aware of how we are being marketed to. And if you are buying food that has labeling on it that's catching your eye because it's organic, or because it's gluten-free, or because it's fat-free, or because it's low carb or dairy-free, or whatever terms that are in as a fad these days, and I want you to make sure that you're not getting caught off guard by the front packaging, and that you're not going to buy into something that is going to cause you to not have the opportunity to look and feel your best. So just because something is labeled a sweet potato cracker doesn't necessarily mean that the main ingredient in that cracker is going to be a sweet potato, because it is just a processed cracker. So let's think about some of the food items that are very common in the clean eating world that could possibly be causing us some issues. So the one thing that really caught me off guard when I was on this journey, and if you've been in my Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, you've heard this story. If you've been following me for a while, you've probably heard this story as well. And it's when I got zapped with turkey bacon. So our family was buying and consuming turkey bacon for years because, in our opinion, it was the cleaner version of turkey because we just weren't pork eaters. And when I was going through my hormonal changes and I was noticing all the signs and symptoms that I wasn't happy with, I was pre-diabetic and I was suffering some sort of autoimmune type or thyroid type condition. And I was really trying to avoid soy products. And I thought I was soy free. I was very conscious and deliberate about making sure there was no soy in, on, or around me or my body. And yet I was exposed to soy 15 times in one day, wearing the label of a person who was eating clean. Right? And so when I ate that piece of turkey bacon, I immediately felt the effects of soy in my body. And it was a pain that shot up the side of my face to the back of my eye and went down the side of my neck. And for about 2 or 3 years, I seriously thought I had a tumor in my brain. I thought there was something in my brain that wasn't supposed to be there, and it scared the living daylights out of me. And as soon as I started reading ingredients labels and I stopped putting myself in a box of a certain type of eater, so I stopped thinking of myself as being a clean eater, and I started thinking of myself and putting myself in a category as an investigative eater, meaning I didn't put anything in my mouth until it passed my test of ingredients and the process in which that food item was manufactured, if it was a processed food item, or how it made me look and feel. And it wasn't until I got to that point that I really started finding some of these pesky little ingredients that were in fact not clean for my body. And I was able to eliminate them, and the pain went away in my neck and my head, and I no longer fear that I have a brain tumor. So I want us to start thinking about that. What category of a nutrition expert do you want to make yourself? And I really put myself into the position of being an investigator. I wasn't going to let anything or any food item become more important to me than how I wanted to look and feel as an aging woman. And when you really start thinking along those lines, you can really let go of some of that dependency that we might have with relying on other people to tell you how you should eat. And we really should be determining that for ourselves, because in reality, there is no such thing as bad food. There just might be food or ingredients in a food that might be bad for you and your body chemistry. So this is a really freeing way to think about living your nutritional lifestyle, or how you want to live within the means of what you determine as feasting well for yourself if you are practicing something like intermittent fasting. Pay attention to the signs and signals that your body is sending you. Become a food investigator. Stop trying to live up to whatever the standards of clean eating is supposed to be. And good luck if you can ever find a definition of what that is. There's no true definition of what it means to eat clean, because it is a variable that is dependent on each individual person. It's dependent on the food that you like to consume. It's dependent on your body chemistry, your food history, any personal intolerances or allergies that your body might have, and ultimately what's going to allow you to look and feel your best. So my challenge to you today is let go of labels. Let go of putting yourself in a box of only eating a certain way, and really start honing in on what it is your body is trying to tell you when you open up your feasting window. And are there some signs and signals that are going on when you open up your feasting window that if you just turned into an investigative eater, you might be able to pinpoint what it is that's holding you back. So I hope this takes a little pressure off you. I hope this takes some anxiety away from you about what it is you're supposed to be doing in your feasting window. It is really open season. We know what doesn't work for us already because we've already had that experience. And now you just want to hone it down to just those tiny little pesky things that might be keeping you from looking and feeling your best. I'm going to go ahead and open up the comments. So if you haven't already done so, this is that time where we get to have an opportunity as a community to chat. I get to answer your questions. I get to say hello and acknowledge you for being here, thanking you for being part of our community. And for those of you who haven't done so yet, I always like to remind you, because that last minute thing always catches people off guard, that our September Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, where I give you an opportunity to practice these kind of things with me during our time together in class, is open for registration. So please make sure you check that description box on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you get yourself registered, or at least on our email list, so you know when we open up our general registration for everyone about a week before we open up class as well. And then I also want to share this because I've had an overwhelming positive response from the people that I have in my private community, and I want to make sure that I share it here with you guys as well in case you're not part of that. The business mentor that I had, and I know we have people watching me for all different reasons, is opening up a 5-day declutter challenge where she's going to teach people how to make some money on the side by selling their things that are cluttering up their home. So I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the comment section, because like I said, I never know why certain people are here. And if maybe you are in a situation where you've lost your job because of the things that have been going on, or your family just might benefit from having an opportunity to get rid of some clutter in your house, and you just don't know how to do it online, and you don't want to have a garage sale, I'm going to post that link there in the comment section. You guys can check it out and get signed up, and maybe you can learn how to get rid of some clutter and make a couple extra bucks on the side. I know I'm going to be doing it here in our house as well, because garage sales are just not the thing that are going to be happening. So it is going to be kind of like an online garage sale without you having to sit on your driveway all day on Saturday and waste your day hoping someone's going to drive by and buy your stuff. So it's super fun experience. I'll be inside there, and if you want to have an opportunity to learn how to do that, you can jump in with us too. Anna from Los Angeles, it's good to see you as well, girlfriend. Hopefully Los Angeles is treating you well. We miss our days in California for sure. Susie is here. She's an IF 2017 grad. I know she knows how to determine what foods are working best for her. She's always putting in the work. Gretchen from Vermont, hello. Peggy from North Dakota. Raina, hello from Montana. August 2020 class in progress, girlfriend. And you are just entering in the feasting week and aspect of what it is we do in our course. So hopefully you're learning some of these little tips and tricks about how to determine what foods are going to work best for you. Linda from upstate New York, welcome, girlfriend. Or Linda Sue, sorry. Fran from New York is here. Phyllis from August 2020 IF course. She's joining us from Illinois. It's good to have you with us as well. If you can pronounce the ingredients, that's a good start. I cannot handle any hydrogenated oils. I get acne and depression from them. Yeah, Raina. So that's a very good sign and signal right there, right? So you were able to break it all the way down to the fact that hydrogenated oils cause depression and acne. Now imagine if you wouldn't have made that connection between the choices you were making in foods and how you were feeling as the end result. And if you were to go to the doctor and say you were depressed, the first thing that they would want to do is put you on an antidepressant, when it's really so much easier to just exclude hydrogenated oils from your diet. So Raina, congratulations, you're the winner of the day for doing the research and being able to narrow it down to hydrogenated oils, and then being able to make sure that you are staying out of that depressive state, and hopefully you have beautiful clear skin as well. So congratulations, girlfriend, that's a big win for you. Robin, she is a graduate from our intermittent fasting course in May. Good to have you with us here today. Sharon, have to watch things that say natural and even organic. Can be some crazy ingredients you don't need. Yes, for sure. And you know, if you really go down to like what the requirements for being organic is, it's kind of scary. So I really make sure we get those ingredients labels turned around. My daughter is even trained, so when we go grocery shopping, she turns it around first, and if there's, you know, the things that we've kind of deemed is not going to pass through our front door, then she puts it back on a shelf, and she's trained to keep looking in that kind of food category until she finds a brand or a version of the same product that passes the test. So I did this little experiment when I was trying to get rid of soy with spaghetti sauce. So if you go to the grocery store and you're looking for like a spaghetti sauce, you will have so many options to choose from. And what we generally do as people, just out of habit, is we go to what we've always done, and we don't even think about what it is we're consuming. It could be the spaghetti sauce your mom had, or spaghetti sauce you used in college, or whatever it might be. And that could have changed multiple times since you first started using that product. So it is a good practice to continuously review your ingredients labels, even if something has once passed your test, because they could change the ingredients on you and they're not required to tell you. So make sure you're doing that as well. And trust me, you'll go through 4 or 5 different versions of spaghetti sauce ingredients until you find the one that you think is going to best suit you. And if you're one of those kind of beautiful homemaking type of women and you make it from home, that's even better. That just happens to not be me. But we have found plenty of spaghetti sauces now that pass our test, and our whole family loves them. So do the work. It takes 1 or 2 times at the grocery store to figure out what to switch to, and then those become the habits that you tend to reach for without even thinking. So it's definitely worth the effort for sure. Eloise finally got online in the August class, Texas City, Texas. Welcome, girlfriend, fellow Texans. Good to have you with us. Lele, June grad, joined the Midlife Mindset Shift course. Good to have you with us, girlfriend. Mindset Shift course is awesome. I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for our live coaching call as well. Teresa, jumping on late. I got distracted sewing. September 2018 grad in Texas. Girlfriend, you got to do what you got to do. Glad you were able to jump on with us. Eloise, you are so welcome. Thank you for trusting me with you. I never take that lightly, so I appreciate you being here. Danny, Michael's in the other room, but I'm sure he saw your comment, so thank you for always including Michael. You are super welcome. She's a grad from our 2018 October class. And then let's see, what else do we got? Judy, New York, November 2019 graduate, moved away from IF for a time, decided that IF will now be my lifestyle. Day 4 of fasting for 20 hours and feasting for 4. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, you know, that's the beautiful thing about intermittent fasting. You know, I don't know what it is about us and as human beings and wanting to test the system, but intermittent fasting, you know, even when it's working for us, we test it because it seems too good to be true. And yes, it is too good to be true, but it is true, right? Because it's unbelievable that you can do nothing and completely change your life. And I had some beautiful one-on-one consult coaching calls with some of my students today, and you know, it's amazing how you can use intermittent fasting as a way to just shed years onto your life, right? And oftentimes it's the other way around. And the lifestyles that we choose to live take years away. And intermittent fasting is now that thing that we can honestly and openly say will add years to your life. So test it out. You'll always come back, and don't worry, we'll always be here for you when you do. And I'm glad that you were able to figure that lesson out for yourself for sure. Tamara, she graduated from our class last year. It's good to have you back, girlfriend. Barbara, hello, June 2018 grad. Koki, my name is Koki Plaza. I need $3 million. Well, Koki, congratulations. Hopefully you'll be able to find that $3 million that you need for sure. But this is not the place that you're going to get it. Eva, May 2020 IF grad, managed to move up to 20-hour fast and 4 hours feast. Some difficulty, but work on it daily. Eva, what I can tell you is time and consistency is going to be your best friend with that. Make sure that you stick with it over a long enough period of time where you can see and feel the results, and then that will just be what you do. Trust me, you just have to get over that little lump for sure. And then Kim, hello. Eloise, I don't have any more night sweats. I just didn't think anything would help, but that did. Thank you. Yeah, Eloise, for sure. Night sweats are that thing. If you can get rid of those, you will stick with intermittent fasting for sure, because those are not fun at all. And the best way to get rid of any of those pesky little hormonal things that we're having to deal with is by just giving your body an opportunity to rest and repair itself in a fasted state. So I'm glad that you are reaping the benefits of that. Try again at 40. Lori, April 2019 IF grad, current goal setting course participant. Girlfriend, I hope you're setting some big goals for yourself. We are going to crush this next couple of months in 2020 and really set ourselves up for a great 2021. So I'm super happy, Lori, that you are with us in the goal setting course. Remember, our next intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman course starts in September. Make sure you get yourself registered. Things get busy in life and you're going to forget, and it's going to be too late. You got to wait a whole nother month. So just get yourself registered. Something happens to our mindset when we make a decision to do something good for ourselves. And even though class doesn't start for a couple of weeks, just making the commitment to jump in will create the mindset that you're doing good for yourself. And trust me, you'll start experimenting. You'll start reaping the benefits before you even get into class. So never hesitate doing something good for yourself. We are going to cut this one closed right here. Make sure you are on my email list. We're sending big announcements throughout email as well. So if you're not on my email list, make sure you're getting on there. And then I'll see you guys back here on Monday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I have a great midlife mindset shift topic that we're going to talk about on Monday. So hopefully you guys will jump back in here with me on Monday, and then have a great weekend. I hope you guys have a weekend where you will make some choices so that you will have the opportunity to look and feel your best and live your most authentic life. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys soon.